Hey guys, down in the forest, like a kid in the candy store, didn't know what he wanted to buy. So I got a new spot, but I didn't bring the specialized equipment. I decided I needed to work that spot effectively. So I got to figure out what I want to do. I've been thinking about it the whole ride over here, and I think I'm going to test a theory or two. And I've got to decide which way I'm going to go. Because I got some spots in mind. I haven't really put eyes on them. I just know the shapes of the creek and what's going on there. And let's test the theory. So I'm going to flip a coin, and we're going to decide which way we're going to go. All right, we're calling that heads. So I'm going that way. Let's get there and see if we can find some gold. This destination in mind has an upstream or a downstream trail that can access it. But those are very long walks. So let's just bust straight through the woods and see if we can just hit it. It's going to be a whole lot shorter. It's going to be more interesting too. Let's get at it. I hope I can find a little gold today. Definitely see some. It's not likely we won't find any at all. But if my theory's right, I might be on a new spot. Let's give it a go. That hike wasn't bad. Downhill. Down here at the creek, I just suited up and I was just walked down and walking back now. Just looking at the area, lay of the land. Trying to get some ideas where I'm going to try first. I think I'm going to try up here where I put my pack and work my way down. If I find a good spot, I probably won't work it. I'm just looking for spots. Hey guys, checking in. Well, at least I'm satisfying some curiosities. I think there's two super duper micros in there. That's the first gold I've seen. It's pan number 4. And it's not looking too good. But I haven't made it to the spot I want to get to yet. I'm working my way there. Just see if there's anything leading up to it. All right, pan number 5, we got our first visible gold, enough to snuff her up anyway. There's a speck and a few dots there. It's kind of in a spot where I shouldn't have seen any gold. So this stretch is really confusing. I'm thinking it's overburden. This whole stretch is a dead zone where it piles up. And if the gold is here, it's probably deep. Well, I finally worked my way to the area I wanted to work in this little hole here. And I got the best pan I've seen today. 3 bigger specks. But that's not really what I was hoping to find here. I'm going to do a few more test pans before I give up completely and just shuffle on down. Just steady along, a couple more pans in, probably a little worse. Just some specks and dots. I was about to give up on this and grab the pan, and I got a flake of gold. That's a good little piece. I'm pretty happy about that. But it makes me want to think what's going on here. Seems to be spotty. Strange to find such a large piece. I think I gotta do more testing. Several more pans in this area. Stuff hanging. I don't really know what to think about it. It's hit or miss. I'm finding a couple of flowers, a couple specks, maybe a small flake, a bunch of skunks in between. This is a flood deposit. It's all mixed up. But I found a spot of clay. I shook that down. And this is more what I was looking for. Nice count of gold. It's not super fine. That was a rough pan though. Gotta think about this. So this is what I mean by a rough pan. Thick clay, heavy clay. It's had enough time to sit there to thicken up, which means it's more likely to contain more gold, bigger gold. But it takes a long time to process it correctly, so you're not wasting time washing your gold out, because it sure will. Let's get on this one and then I'll take a little break. I get a drink. Okay guys, how many times on that just one more does it hit? I don't know. I was spinning this back and I saw a little something. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gonna flip that back and do it again. And I don't know, where's it at? Oh, I just saw it show up. Always got little friends. That is the biggest piece of gold I've seen out here in a good while. Look at that, guys. Oh, yep, so he just decided what I'm doing today. I'm following that nasty, horrible clay. So hard to pan. Let's get to it. So welcome back. I got my equipment down here and it's had a little snack, feeling a little better. There's my equipment and there's a spot I can sluice, maybe. But here's the thing. Can I cross that with my hip waders? It's full of leaves, so it could be deeper than it looks. They just might be fluffed up there. If I can, I'm going to tote a bucket and sluice it. A direct crossing failed. I did not exceed the limits of my hip waders, but I was right there. But a secondary path this way, longer, looks like it might work if I'm very careful. Let's go dig a bucket. Check out this material, guys. I'm pulling up really big rocks and this gravel full of this really sticky stuff that's in between gray to red, real streaky, mixed around. But that's an odd combination, and all my test pans showed pretty good. I'm gonna do a mix on this and I'm gonna show you what that is in just a second. All right guys, when you hit material like this, it is really hard to get it clean. You can even find clay on this. I've washed it and washed it. I recommend you do a lot of fresh water into there to help keep it flowing down. And you can't get it all. You got to draw a line somewhere. You're going to waste a lot of time trying to get it perfectly clean. That was a little too clean. But when you got material that's this, see, I got that when it's like that, when you can get it to clump up that much clay, you want to get in here with your arm and mix it around a little bit. And you see how you got super saturated that. Then you want to pour that off. And then fill it back up and start over again. That's going to help that material break down better and flow through that sluice. And you're not going to be wasting too much time or losing your gold. Got it across. It was very close. But even after I flushed this 3 or 4 times as I was setting it up, it is still heavy clay. And trying to break it down best I can. Needed that 1/4 inch pacifier today. Go real slow with it. Try to catch any clay balls. Well, we'll catch some of the gold, I hope. Oh yeah, and by the way, even though we got close to 70 degrees, never really felt warm. This water is probably 45. It's cold water. It was only 2/3 of a bucket. I did a test pan when I was done from just a step up, and you know what? It come up that red stuff. It was easier to pan. and there was one speck, not dot, but one speck in it. I'm like, was it just one little pocket right here of deteriorated bedrock and good gold-bearing clay? Looks like up above is not deteriorated or been cleaned out before, and down below was definitely all gone. I don't know if it was a dugout or blown out, but it's in a spot where it could have been dug out or blown out. Probably dug around here. That's cold. I think my foot is affecting the way the sluice is running. I'm gonna have to move where I'm sitting and move my foot a little bit. Let's see what happens when I move my foot. Does it level back out again? Not entirely. A lot of bigger pebbles in there this time, isn't there? Done sluicing, it did well. Here's my safety pan I'm panning into. I panned it down to this, and I saw a little piece of gold on the corner, and I stopped. See, there's that piece of gold on the corner. And I remember I forgot that we had that big flake in one of the test pans. And I'm starting to see something show up in the middle, and that's always a good sign. Oh, it's just two little guys. Let's give it a wiggle. Any flakes? I'm getting a good amount of dots showing up. Well, that one looks pretty good though, don't it? Just swirl it all the way. Ooh. Oh, I could zoom in on that still. Ooh. Let me tap this up and see what it looks like all together. Well, here we go, guys. It's about 2/3 of a bucket from that spot over there. There's a few curvy bits and a decent amount of little specks and flecks. That's not too bad. You can see it from back here. That's pretty good. There might be another half bucket's worth of that particular material there, and then that's it. I mean, there's flour gold and specks around and stuff, but I guess I should just go ahead and clean it out since I'm here and I got all the stuff. And it at most another 2/3 of a bucket. No test pans down here, but I'm not super optimistic about this bus. Let's try again. No test pans down here, but I'm not super optimistic about this material. This is the first scoop that looked like good material. Everything else has just kind of been shoddy. So, but who knows? It always keeps you guessing. This might be the best bucket of the year. Might be the best bucket of the day, at least. I think they just killed a squirrel. Wow, a couple buzzards. Never seen them killed before. don't know if y'all can see that. He's up there flapping. He's on something that he pounced. Let me turn off steady. Where's he at? Wow. Hey guys, checking in here. Good for the hands. Kind of my just second bucket, probably my last bucket. I ain't gonna stay here all day. I come out here with a plan or a purpose to check out this new area. There's over 100 yards of creek. Let me show you here. I worked my way panning through there. It was probably 12 pans, but it was either skunks or just fine dust. And now, is that to say if you get on one of those shoals and you remove the overburden and you find some deteriorated bedrock or slats, that you won't find some good stuff? I won't say you won't. Definitely won't say you won't. But I had a theory and I tested it, and the best gold I found today was in the area I was thinking. So that's a total success. It wasn't as much gold as I wanted it to be. And I didn't get into any nice underground crevices or good charcoal gray stuff or anything like that. But there was a couple nice flakes, and I'm optimistic about this run. Some of the scoops didn't look good at all, and some of them really did. Made this bucket a little easier to go through because it put more gravel in there for it to help break down the clay. Yeah, it's tailing out a little bit down there, but it's cleaning out. Just taking my time with it. Bottom of the bucket's getting real dense clay. I'm gonna have to stop and flush it one time. Probably just get it moving. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, here's that second run. If y'all hear country music playing, some centaurs coming through. I saw one piece of wiry looking gold, and I spun it back real quick. I said, I wonder if there's any more. There's that piece of wiry gold that showed up first. Oh, there's another one just like it. Sweet. Oh, I shook it too hard. Oh, there's several of those wiry bits. Some jaggedy bits. Nice. Heyo. Since that wasn't too bad, wasn't too good either. Wasn't really a good count there. It was some nicer wiry bits, but the total count was way down from the first run, and the size was down too. There was only a few pockets in that bucket of the good stuff from the previous bucket, and it's all done. So I'm gonna kind of gather my things up here for a second. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit here and just look, and I'm gonna just think about gold, and I'm gonna pick out one or two spots to put my shovel in, right in this little stretch. See what happens. See if I can sense it. Well, I haven't been super impressed with any pans. This is pan number 3. Unless it's a skunk or a chunk, it's going to be the last pan. Ooh, look at that show up. Is that another one? Or is that boy, those are curvy bits. Some little guy's floating away. Oop, there he went. That's it. I'm going to tap this up, clean up. I'm going to pack up. We'll get a snuffer dump. See how much, a little bit of gold I got today in a few hours trying new areas. So thanks for coming along, guys, on this short little adventure. It was not a ton of gold, but for a stretch where I couldn't find nothing but little dots and specks, I found a nice little flake, which I ain't found one of those in a while, and several, it's not wanting to focus there, several wonky bits, some curvy stuff. And that's the star of the show today right there, a little flake. It's not nowhere near a picker, but it looks good on screen. Looks good in the pan. I'd guess it's 0.07, 0.08 at the most. Thanks for joining me today. This is the month of November 2021. It's going to be no snuffer dump November kind of. All my gold is going to be put in one snuffer. And at the end of the month, we're going to dump it out. And the goal was to hit 1 gram. And that's a big goal. And I've been hitting 1 gram most months, but most of those spots are gone. It's all going to be about finding new spots, or maybe going back and hitting some other ones. Plus I got the big root dig. I won't be prospecting then. So I mean, it's going to be a tough goal to try to hit. So smash that like, subscribe if you hadn't subscribed, hit that bell and I'll let you know when stuff's going on. I got shorts and lives and all sorts of things going on, so it's a good time. So until next time, get in the creek, get that gold.